Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a pretty funny question for y'all today. If somebody came up to you and wanted to give you $1 million, but with the only condition that you could never touch crypto again, would you take it? Yes or no? Put it in the comment section down below and let me start my story. So first of all, when checking Twitter, I saw that whale alert, the profile where you can normally see what whales have been sending crypto around, has been temporarily restricted. It says, caution, this account is temporarily restricted. You're seeing this warning because there has been some unusual activity from this account. Do you still want to view it? And I don't understand why something like this would come out for an account that shows transactions, right? Do they think he caused some pump and dump type of scheme or really gave out improper information? I'm not quite sure, and I'm not really understanding of that warning regardless, since I wouldn't think this is bad, but maybe because it's some API done thing that Twitter sometimes does, or again, we're talking some manipulation. On that same note, we talked about this article yesterday. XRP to lose $50 million worth of daily trading volume as another exchange announces delisting. So since Prime XBT stopped it, a lot of people were actually saying in my comment section as well that this is all very negative for XRP, yada yada yada. But let me remind you guys of something. There is still a rally that is to come, in our opinion. We're all quite convinced that XRP will still go up higher, and the fun part about it is we're seeing all of this, all that happened in the last couple of days, as just a building block for something better. And to elaborate on that, if you scroll out a little bit, if you look at XRP and how it performed over the last couple of days, what we're basically thinking is, well, a rally would have formed regardless of what happened right here. We all know XRP would have most likely gone a lot higher in this time frame had had Ripple not been sued. So we would have most likely been at about 1.5, 2, 2.5, who knows, but some dollar value at least. And since they got sued, the price went down and got suppressed, mostly here by this 37-cent mark, which now we thought acted as support. Didn't all the way, as we haven't dropped further to about 33, 34 cents, but it really got capped by about 37 cents for a little while here, for let's say about a month or so. And all of a sudden, it started to pump a little bit because of enthusiasm, partially because of the lawsuit, and partially because of the whole pump group. Point being though, if we actually make a higher kind of bottom line, if this 33 cents was basically the bottom and XRP goes sideways trading for right now, it is still right around 10 cents, 15 cents or so higher than the bottom that we basically made before, or sorry guys, the average price that we had before, which is right here around this area. And the bottom basically before was about 17 cents. If we made a new bottom right now, that would actually mean that we're going to gain if Ripple wins the lawsuit, for example, or gets a positive result the 22nd from this point on forward. It is all going to be based upon where the price is going to be going right now in the next couple of days, because we can correct even lower. We can go down even more. As of yet, though, the bigger picture and everything basically looks like it's still positive for XRP. The daily is looking crazy. The weekly, though, is already showing a little bit more, the bullish sign here, basically, at least to me, that things are looking pretty damn good. However, it will take a little bit of imagination to, see this properly. Let's quickly check out the monthly here. I actually did not do that just now. We can quickly check. That one actually shows us nothing, because on Binance, the history for XRP goes to about 2018 April. So it's not that handy. You should probably use a different one, a different exchange, or at least chart, to take a look at that. But the weekly, I would say, is still even looking bullish. Debatable though, all right? We can debate about that. There's literally a downtrend being formed right here. However, I see it in the sense that, well, they did get sued, right? They did get sued right here. So if we just kind of exclude this whole little part, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm kind of thinking from March to the highest point, then we're going to ignore basically the lawsuit section, and once they win, it will go on with the normal cycle basically, right? Again, think about it this way. So XRP was, let's say, performing like this. This was basically the uptrend that they were forming. Then this whole ordeal here is just loss. Oh, sorry guys. This whole ordeal here, can I delete this? When did it start? Let's say right around here it started. This whole ordeal was just a lawsuit, Ms. Mimosa, just some crazy stuff right there. If we ignore that, and it's basically going to be following the line still, I still think things are going to be looking very, very positive. And if you're wondering, by the way, what type of time frame, we're not going to be putting any short-term time frames here. That is something that I cannot do. What I can, however, tell you is that I'm extremely bullish for XRP once they win the lawsuit on the basis that XRP is not a security. Now, I also saw something else which most likely got a lot of people quite scared. It is Ripple sends 304 million XRP to Jet McCaleb, while exchanges shift 175.6 million XRP. Ripple Giant has wired another massive XRP lump to its co-founder Jet McCaleb. Whales have shifted almost 180 million XRP, and meanwhile the coin rolled back to about 35 cents. Jet McCaleb receives another XRP lump, and we're really kind of unsure exactly how this works. We know Jet McCaleb gets his XRP in chunks, but why all of a sudden he got 300 right now? I mean, I know it's his own money, so it doesn't really matter too much, but why he got so much right now, and sometimes he gets small little pieces, I guess it just has to do with the fact that he can sell maybe, let's say, 28 million XRP a day. So if that goes on for 7 days, it might just be finished and he gets his next batch. But it could also be that this is actually his monthly allowance, basically, and it just changes every month. I just haven't really caught up and checked how often he actually received these payments because he has the selling restriction in place anyway, so it's not like it really matters to me. And Ripple locks 900 million XRP in escrow, will shift 175 million XRP. Some others were talking about Ripple unlocking this escrow again and only putting in 900 million, basically keeping 100 million out there for themselves. And as of this point, we do not yet know what they're planning to do. Usually it is for XRP ecosystem and whatnot. And I would actually say one fun thing here. If the SEC really thought Ripple was doing something shady with this money, don't you think that Ripple, if they thought they were guilty, would stop all of it? Would just put in 1 billion every single time to not make mistakes right now and not get a heavier lawsuit for even doing it still after they got alleged for I guess, default? To really rephrase that, Ripple got sued for XRP being a security and let's say 400 other small points. One of them being that they're basically taking money out of escrow, right? It's a little bit of a bigger story behind it, but that's one of the points that it comes down to. That Ripple has such a huge escrow and they're basically using that money to enrich themselves. That's one thing they're saying. At that point, you can see it from the SEC's perspective. They are trying to protect us. However, if Ripple really thought they were doing something wrong and they kind of were like, oh, we got caught or something like that, then keep on going on with selling while the SEC has sued you for it is a very big risk. So Ripple now taking 100 million out and just keeping it, even though they could have also put it back to avoid further confusion, that shows me another bullish little thing. That shows me Ripple really gives no freaking shit. Ripple doesn't care. Ripple knows what they're going for. Ripple's going for the freaking W, for the win. And they're not holding back at all. The SEC, it kind of feels as if the SEC is not even there with the way that they're moving. They're doing everything they used to do, and I'm not noticing any single difference. They're onboarding partners. They're still going on with this escrow. They're still releasing articles every so often. Nothing is really looking to change. So in hindsight, in the end, all that really did the whole pump is basically put XRP at a little bit of a higher point. Now, again, we might say, okay, but within the lawsuit, we only have kind of a downtrend situation going on. And still, I would always like to debate about that one. I can still say, and I will keep saying, I just think we should kind of ignore this whole ordeal as the lawsuit here and the pump, they're all mixing up with each other. And it's just too much uncertainty and basically manipulation, at least in my opinion, by some parties, so to speak. Because all the exchanges delisting it like this one here, a lot of them just don't make sense to me. And all the exchanges stopping out on the XRP trading all of a sudden, it just doesn't make sense to me either. So from that perspective, I still think things are going to be going on very, very well properly. Then one thing I saw was Ethereum sets new all-time high of almost $1,500 as amount staked on Ethereum 2.0 hits $4.3 billion. Ethereum 2.0 is still going big, lots of money being deposited in that. Ethereum total value in Ethereum 2.0 deposit contract just reached 4.1 billion. Previous all-time high was 4.05. Was observed on January 29th. It is going like crazy, guys. Even today, I think it got a huge ton of influx again in terms of money. Got a huge ton. But also the value on some exchanges it actually hit $1,500. On some it was right around $1,470. And if we actually take a good look at live CoinWatch, let's quickly check exactly what it got to. It got to $14.95. Now this video is recorded, let's say, about 1.5 hour maybe before you see it. So it could be that the price is a little bit different at the time you're watching this, but still, it is pretty damn crazy if you ask me, guys. It is pretty damn crazy what Ethereum is doing. Then a side note, MicroStrategy buys 295 more Bitcoin for $10 million, now owns 71,079 Bitcoin worth over $2.4 billion. They did a very good job with their purchases, I'm not going to lie. And I'm also sometimes thinking, when will these bigger guys, these institutions, actually start purchasing XRP? We've all talked about it being the best bridge asset and being able to take away the Nostro Vaster system. But wouldn't that just start, I guess, when they get the proper regulation that we're all waiting for? So think about it. Wouldn't this whole lawsuit just bring in so ridiculously much money after it's finished? Like almost instantly, because it just basically got the floodgates open. A lot of companies are holding back right now. A lot of companies don't want to work with Ripple because of the unclarity or because the regulatory clarity is not, I guess, to the fullest just quite yet. Once all those threats are gone and once the SEC has just admitted that all is good, don't you just think things are going to be going really, really crazy? Because there's nothing that you can say on XRP that's bad again. What can we say? What can we really say? What type of bad stuff can you say about XRP then? Ethereum, the negative part is that it's so slow and so expensive. With Bitcoin, the same thing as a start. So what negative part can you say with XRP? Yeah, good question, good question. Some might say it's not mined like Bitcoin. Yeah, you can see there's a negative side. However, still, I don't think there's really many negative sides to XRP. Yeah, in comparison to Bitcoin and Ethereum at least, which are the only other two ones that are really properly regulated. So XRP is also going to be the first of a lot of things. It's going to be the first real, in my opinion, altcoin. You're going to call Ethereum an altcoin, yes. I mean, it's basically every other coin than Bitcoin. But I'm calling XRP something different though, because Ethereum, Bitcoin, both proof of work, basically traditional old type of crypto. XRP is kind of a newer generation, even though it's really quite old in terms of when it came around. It's really an alternative coin to what Bitcoin and Ethereum have right there. Again, Ethereum is definitely an altcoin too. It also is really different than Bitcoin, but it's just going to throw up a ball here that they do have a lot of different properties in that sense. And I sometimes also think that this whole Ripple test might give them a lot of popularity, and a lot of new lawsuits might point towards Ripple/XRP for all of this, which is going to give a lot of more attention where it's like, well, since Ripple got this, since XRP got this, we are now trying that. Or, yeah, Ripple's the first to do it. It's going to be on every single head page, yada, yada, yada. I think it's going to be big. But let me know what you think down below. Do you think it's manipulated, yes or no? And what do you think about the rest that I've said in this video? I like to read all the freaking responses, so put them down. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very nice day.